Hey everybody, this is Ryan, and I'm a fairly experienced Clash Royale player. As you see, I am a level 12, and my personal best is 4800. Now, in this video today, I'm going to be giving just some simple tips I've learned on how to be a better player. I mean, it's nothing super technical. I'm not going to be telling you all the little tricks, but just some basic ways to be better. So I'm going to grab a deck from one of the lower arenas, just that I think would, because I know a lot of you guys don't have legendaries yet, so I'm just going to grab a simple deck here. Let's try this one. So, we're going to jump into a classic challenge and I'll explain as I go. One big thing to remember as a player is elixir. So, very often at the lower stages, you see people throwing out elixir. So, elixir trades. Like you notice there, he used 3 elixir for the Goblin Gang, and I used 2 to zap it. So I got +1 elixir. And then there, he used 3 for the Princess, +1 for the Ice Spirit. So then I used 3, so I again got +1. And there, yes, he rocketed, but at the same time, he's already 2 elixir in the hole, and now he's 3 plus elixir in the hole, so I almost got a free P.E.K.K.A out of that. Now, he is ahead on the damage, but as this point, I mean, I wouldn't say a good start, but I haven't taken any substantial damage, and I'm kind of getting the feel for what his deck's like. He will have a tough deck for what I've got, because he's got both the Inferno and the Mega Knight. So this is going to be a tough challenge. He's very much a Goblin Barrel spam deck, but we should be able to pull this out. So another thing that I notice a lot of beginners do is just not anticipating. Like, they just assume that if they just put a whole bunch of cards out, that it'll end up going really well and that they can just overwhelm their opponents. And sometimes it works, but more often than not, you're going to overextend yourself and end up getting yourself in a massive hole. Now you notice there, I could have tried to pile on a Goblin Barrel at the end there, but I noticed that it was a dead push, so there was no point. There was no point trying to waste my elixir to sit there when now I can drop it down, and he was low on elixir, and I just basically I did just take his tower. So by being smart, I just saved myself a bunch of elixir and went from solidly losing to now ahead. So just a couple things. Elixir advantage. If you can kill his troops with a lower elixir troop, you are in really good shape. Because at this point, you're looking at getting an advantage for pushes in the future. So, this one's wrapping up as a win. It's a little tough for me to play and talk. I've never done this before, so I did make some mistakes. And this is a deck I'm not used to, but we got the win. And I'm just going to pull out another deck. I'll play with the deck I'm comfortable with. So I'm not big on the whole spam decks. I know that's very popular. I'm more of a defensive player. See here, I'm got a 3.5 deck with, now this does have a legendary, so for some of you players it might not, you can substitute your Lumberjack for something like the Knight. It doesn't make it quite as versatile because you no longer have Rage, but I'm going to run this deck. The key to this deck is using your defensive pushes, especially your Wizard, as a defensive card. And you put a Lumberjack in front, also defense, And if you have plenty of elixir, then you drop the hog, and that raged hog, which the hog did take a nerf just a couple days ago, but still is a very effective card and is one of the top cards in Clash Royale right now. Now, I have a zap. Oh, I did not want to. So I'm going to do this. I was trying to save the zap for that Sparky there, but ended up working out because the raged minion or goblins there, excuse me, wiped out that Sparky. So right now we're ahead of the elixir. In fact, we're tied on the one towers and well ahead on the other. So that's a great start. We know he's got Sparky. Okay, so he's running a giant Sparky deck, which is very popular, but this is also a very good counter to that because I have both the Inferno and Zap, so I can stop a Sparky like this. And if you look, now I placed that Inferno a little higher than I normally do, but because he has the Sparky, I wanted to kill his giant before he had a chance to get in there and do damage to my Inferno. So that's one thing you gotta remember. If you do the same thing over and over again, you will end up losing because people will adapt. That is the key to this game, being able to adapt to your opponents. That's why I don't like to start off super strong at the beginning. I like to kind of test out the decks before I go because it gives me the chance to adapt and I'm not too far behind before. See, like right there, look at what he just did. He just used arrows and didn't even hit. I don't even think he hit my tower. He certainly didn't hit my wizard. I didn't have anything that to be arrowed, so I don't know why he arrowed that. I mean, that was a waste of elixir for him for absolutely nothing. So that's one thing where I talk about planning ahead, knowing what your opponent's going to do. Because, like there, he just completely wasted several elixir. So, the main things to remember are just know your opponent's deck, remember it, and use that to help you get better. So yeah, he's probably going to drop the... I'm going to let the Sparky hit it, and then I'm going to zap as soon as he drops that there. Game over. See? I anticipated what he was going to drop. I let the Sparky hit the Lumberjack, so it gave me the rage, and that allowed me to then get in there and zap it for the win. So, I'm going to do one more. I'm going to play, let's see, what do I got here? That's basically the same deck. Let's play this. This is another common, very popular deck. It's your P.E.K.K.A. Hog deck, which is, I did make a slight variation to it. I've got the Wizard in there. Wizard's my favorite card for splash defense, simply because a lot of people don't like him, but because he doesn't do well in a one-on-one matchup, but if you use him as defensive primarily, and then he's really good for counter-pushing with troops in front. So I really like him. Most people put the, what are they? Oh, they're using the Princess in there. I don't like the Princess. She's too slow and can't kill any of the big troops like minions or minion horde in one shot. And that gives people plenty of time to drop something in front to distract. Now, that probably wasn't my best zap. Normally, I don't zap like that. I don't know why I did, actually. So that's where I'm saying elixir advantages. Be smart. Like there, I didn't make a very good... I had the troop to defend it. Okay, so here's the thing. The Inferno Dragon, super good counter to P.E.K.K.A. Because I'm using the Wizard, and I don't have a Sparky in this deck, or not Sparky, the Electro Wizard in this deck, it's a lot tougher to counter that Inferno Dragon. So this will be slightly tougher matchup, I still think we can. Oh, that's a twist. So this is, we're going to have to use our P.E.K.K.A. to knock out his. Oh, that's unfortunate that it targeted his Mega Knight before we got, but we still have a little bit of health on our P.E.K.K.A. and I'm sure he's going to drop the Inferno Dragon or something to finish it off. Yeah, but so that's 2 elixir that we don't have to worry. We're not going to try to protect it. This is understanding that this push is dead, not trying to waste our elixir and saving that push because there's no point. That's a big thing to remember, knowing when to abandon a push. Because if you push it and then they defend it, then you've cost yourself the game, possibly. So that was good. I was hoping you would drop that now, because now I can go, oh. Hopefully that wizard gets out before he dies. There we go. Now I'm going to drop this and have my zap ready for that. Oh. I missed. But I got some good damage with the hog anyway. I was hoping to catch his Inferno Dragon, but then he dropped his bats, so I ended up using it on those. So looking at it, we are significantly ahead. He's used his hog to chip away a little bit on our left side, but pretty soon he's going to be getting desperate. So let's see what he does here. Oh good, I got a hit. Okay, that's game. I'm surprised he let me do that actually. But hey, okay. So just understanding your opponent is a big thing. Understanding what they're trying to do. Put yourself in their shoes. Go and think, if I had his deck, what would I do to counter what I'm about to draw? And outsmart him. And a lot of new players especially don't understand that. So just remember that and you should be fine. Well, that's it for my first video here. I will hopefully end up getting a lot better at this and be posting a lot more videos. And I won't necessarily just be at this. I mean, I will branch out if this goes well, but this is just kind of an experiment to see how this does. Anyway, thank you for watching, and if you like what you see, subscribe. That kind of decides whether or not I decide to make more. So hopefully I see you guys again soon.